The ancient Egyptians believed in a life after death. They saw death not as an end, but as a transition to a different world. This other world, called the afterlife, was a place of peace and happiness. Ancient Egyptians believed that the soul, called the Ka, left the body upon death. The Ka embarked on a perilous journey through the underworld. The ultimate goal for the deceased was to reach a paradise called the Field of Reeds. This journey was fraught with challenges and tests. It required guidance and protection. The ancient Egyptians developed elaborate rituals, beliefs and practices to ensure a smooth transition and a blissful afterlife for their departed loved ones. The Book of the Dead was an essential guidebook for navigating the afterlife. It was not a single book, but a collection of spells and prayers. These texts were written on papyrus scrolls and placed inside tombs. The book provided the deceased with instructions and spells to overcome obstacles in the underworld. It contained hymns, prayers, and magical formulas. It also contained maps of the underworld. The Book of the Dead was personalized for each individual. It helped the deceased to navigate the underworld and reach the afterlife. The Book of the Dead is divided into chapters, each dealing with a specific aspect of the afterlife journey. One chapter, the Negative Confession, lists 42 sins that the deceased had to declare they had not committed in life. This emphasized the importance of living a morally upright life. Another chapter, the Weighing of the Heart ceremony, describes the judgment of the deceased's heart against the feather of truth and justice, Mart. The heart was weighed on a scale against the feather. The ancient Egyptian afterlife was populated by a pantheon of gods and goddesses. Each deity played a specific role in the journey of the soul. Osiris, the god of the underworld, was the ruler of the afterlife. Anubis, the jackal-headed god, guided the souls through the underworld and oversaw the mummification process. Horus, the falcon-headed god, represented rebirth and protection. The ancient Egyptians performed elaborate rituals to ensure a successful transition to the afterlife. These rituals included mummification, which preserved the body, and funerary ceremonies. Section 5. The Weighing of the Heart, Justice and Morality. The Weighing of the Heart ceremony was a central theme in the ancient Egyptian afterlife beliefs. This ritual determined the fate of the deceased's soul. Anubis, the god of the underworld, would weigh the heart of the deceased against the feather of Mart. Mart represented truth, justice, and cosmic order. If the heart was lighter than the feather, the deceased was deemed worthy and allowed to enter the afterlife. If the heart was heavier than the feather, it signified a life burdened by sin. The deceased would face a terrifying creature called Ammit, the devourer of souls. This ritual emphasized the importance of living a virtuous life. Section 6. Preserving the Body, Preserving the Soul, the Art of Mummification. The ancient Egyptians believed that the preservation of the physical body was essential for the soul's survival in the afterlife. Mummification was a complex and sophisticated process. It involved removing the internal organs, drying the body with salts, and wrapping it in linen bandages. The process aimed to prevent the body from decaying and to preserve it for eternity. Amulets and protective charms were placed among the wrappings to provide magical protection for the deceased. The mummified body was then placed in a sarcophagus, a decorated coffin. Section 7. Tombs, Eternal Homes for the Departed. Tombs were not merely burial places, but considered eternal homes for the deceased. They were lavishly decorated with paintings, reliefs, and inscriptions. The decorations depicted scenes from the deceased's life, their journey through the underworld, and their arrival in the afterlife. They also contained provisions and offerings for the deceased to use in the afterlife. The most famous tombs are the pyramids, which served as grand resting places for pharaohs. The construction and decoration of tombs reflected the importance that the ancient Egyptians placed on the afterlife. Section 8. The Significance of Funerary Objects. The ancient Egyptians placed a great deal of importance on funerary objects. These objects were intended to accompany the deceased in the afterlife and provide them with comfort and assistance. Common funerary objects included food and drink offerings, furniture, clothing, jewelry, and weapons. Ushabti figurines were small statuettes placed in tombs to act as servants for the deceased in the afterlife. Section 9. The enduring legacy, afterlife beliefs in ancient Egyptian culture. The ancient Egyptian beliefs about the afterlife had a profound impact on their culture. They influenced their art, architecture, religion, and daily life. The desire for a blissful afterlife drove the ancient Egyptians to live moral lives. It also inspired them to create some of the most impressive monuments and works of art in human history. The pyramids, tombs, and temples stand as testaments to their enduring beliefs. Section 10. Conclusion: the eternal fascination with ancient Egypt. The ancient Egyptian afterlife beliefs continue to fascinate people today. Their elaborate rituals, intricate mythology, and impressive monuments offer a glimpse into a rich and complex culture. The Book of the Dead remains a valuable source of information about ancient Egyptian beliefs. The enduring legacy of ancient Egypt reminds us of the timeless human fascination with death and the afterlife. It continues to inspire awe and wonder in people around the world.